Subscribe to ULO and never miss out on our weekend and racing festival tips, with more racing coverage on our website at ulo.co.uk. We are over in Ireland on Sunday, to see some interesting 2-year-olds at the Curragh in the Newtown Anna Stud and the Round Tower. Later on the card at headquarters the Cambridgeshire is the feature, while back at Esher, the Atalanta Stakes and the Solario Stakes are the highlights of Sandown Park's Saturday card. Saturday's nap lines up in the Atalanta. It's very hard to ignore the appeal of David Menuisier's Tamfana for this Group 3 prize. She's been mixing it at the highest level this term, finishing well to take fourth in the 1,000 guineas before a fine third, in a blanket finish in the Prix de Dion, and fourth again in the Grand Prix de Paris last month. Down a couple of grades here, she must be fancied with Rafe Beckett's Royal Ascot winner, Doha the obvious danger. However, Tamfana gets a £6 age allowance over Doha, and that should be enough to swing things her way. Jane Chappell-Hyam's Rollicka completes the shortlist, but Tamfana is the one to beat. Our next best goes to post in the Round Tower at the Curragh. This Group 3 can go to Ides of March, who won a maiden in ready fashion here 3 weeks ago. This Wooton Bassett colt dominated that big field from the front and drawn here in stall 2, much the same race plan is on, while Joseph O'Brien and Donnacha O'Brien make it a real family affair with Rudy's Apple and Ustia Tohi both lining up. Rudy's Apple will give the selection the most to think about next door, in stall 3. But, Ides of March is the one to follow. Up on the Rudy, the Chester Stakes is the feature. This looks an ideal opportunity for David Menuisier's Caius Chorister to regain the winning thread now dropped in grade. She's been running in some pretty competitive races this season and with a different jockey on each of her last 4 runs, hasn't always settled into her races. Now James Doyle is the 5th jockey to get the leg up, so maybe he can get this Golden Horn mare into a good rhythm from the off. The obvious danger is Willie Mullins's Absurd, last year's Ebor winner and also successful at the Cheltenham Festival in March. The master of Close Sutton has targeted these valuable handicaps in recent years, so Absurd is one to watch, while Gordon Elliott's Samoué also gets a nod. Caius Chorister to score from a useful inside draw. Next up on the card at the Curragh, Uluru is the one to keep on side in the Snow Fairy Stakes. If Joseph O'Brien's Uluru can repeat her run in the Prix de Cycle last month, she can take this Group 3 at a canter. Nearest at the finish in that Deauville contest, she just ran out of track to collar the front-running Almara, but gets the inside stall here and is sure to give another good account. Third to Soprano in the Sandringham Stakes at Royal Ascot was a fine run, so Uluru should take all the beating here, with the classy Tarawa keeping her honest. Back at Sandown Park, Matari Bay lines up in the Solario. There's been plenty of anti-post support for John and Thadi Gosden's Field of Gold for this Group 3 contest, but he can be opposed with Matari Bay. Rafe Beckett's Lope de Vega colt fetched a pretty penny as a yearling, but repaid some of that faith with a cosy win at Leicester 3 weeks ago, strong in the final stages to hint that he should act on Sandown Park's stiff finish. Not that Field of Gold didn't impress equally at Newmarket on just his second start, pulling 3 lengths clear and winning with a bit in hand, while Andrew Balding's Royal Playwright also made a winning start, under rules. These are the 3 that take the eye, but Matari Bay gets the nudge. Elsewhere, look out for Alla Stella at the Curragh and State Actor in the Cambridgeshire,